Two shootings on July 4th, one in a rich white neighborhood and the other at a fireworks display. It almost sounds like it's designed to persuade Republicans to go along with more gun control. I mean, after all, remember, we didn't see that happen at all the pride parades in the month of June, but as soon as we hit MAGA month, as soon as we hit the month that we're all celebrating, loving our country, we have shootings on July 4th. I mean, that's, that would sound like a conspiracy theory, right? Of course. But what's the definition of a right-wing conspiracy theory? Well, by the way, it's the news that's just 6 months early.
Yeah, you know how like a year and a half ago you found out that the Jewish space lasers did exist? And all of her insane, I'm so close to swearing in like 5 different ways right now. BS arguments. Oh, they all turned out to be true 6 months later. So to be clear, that is a technical congresswoman who is saying that the shooting in Highland Park was a false flag. Oh, she's not saying it. She's just maybe I'm asking questions. I mean, it's just weird that I think every single inconvenient shooting is a false flag. And I do mean everyone. I mean, look, she pushed conspiracy theories about Uvalde, saying that he was wearing eyeliner and he was a cross-dresser and stuff like this. She doesn't care that it doesn't end up being true 6 months later or whenever. She said that the Mandalay Bay shooting was a false flag because it targeted a country music thing. Oh, she also believed that Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, that shooting was a false flag. That was planned as well. She believes whatever she needs to believe to think that guns are fine and nothing bad could possibly happen. And no one would ever target a red state for this sort of stuff. No, those shootings all happen. And I'm sorry for her that it's inconvenient, apparently, that nobody gunned down Pride Parade goers. She seems so desperate for that to have happened. But I got news for you. During Pride Month, there were shootings all over the place. It ain't just at country music festivals and 4th of July events. They shoot up schools and they shoot up churches and they shoot up airports and they shoot up concerts and they shoot up malls and they shoot up every place because it's America and we've made it easy to get a gun and shoot up whatever place you have some sort of weird obsession with.
I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the way our founding fathers believed in this country: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That means that homosexuals cannot procreate. This goes against our Constitution. And this goes against what parents want in the school district. And this is only one book out of thousands. This is disgusting.
This is, in fact, disgusting. John Carlo is a Nevada candidate for a school board and apparently believes that he's run the numbers, he's Pepe Sylvia the entire thing, because homosexuals can't procreate. And he believes the Constitution requires you to do so. They're illegal. Like as people or as a group, David, like the concept is illegal. You've figured out the equation, John Carlo. You cracked this thing. I guess we're done. Everyone pack it up. You had a good run.
Well, and I can think of, I mean, maybe I shouldn't, but I can think of several acts that heterosexuals engage in, which is not involved in procreation. And does that mean that these heterosexuals become unconstitutional as well? And what about, I don't know, what about elderly people who have decided they're not going to procreate anymore because they can't? Are they unconstitutional? I think he was trying to say that these books are somehow unconstitutional, which is also as equally bizarre. Maybe he just got all marble mouth and sort of came out wrong. But even to that point, do we really want this guy on a school board? This guy who probably has never actually read the Constitution itself? Nope. Come on.
What you just saw was the destruction, the bombing, the sabotage of what's called the Georgia Guidestones, which is a monument that I don't think a lot of people are necessarily that familiar with, although it was profiled by John Oliver just a few months ago. Someone apparently blew it up, destroying one of the Guidestones and damaging the others so badly that they were almost immediately demolished, supposedly for safety. I want to give you a little bit more information about the monument that was attacked. It's sometimes called America's Stonehenge. It consisted of several large upright stone blocks built in alignment with stars and constellations, weighing in at 119 tons and containing over 4,000 sandblasted letters spelling out what appears to be lessons for rebuilding humanity in 12 different languages. Some of the advice is, in the words of the Georgia Recorder, controversial. For instance, saying that we should maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. So yeah, that sort of thing makes people a little bit uncomfortable. It's a bit eugenicsy. But anyway, they were built back in 1980, commissioned by a mysterious man who used the pseudonym R.C. Christian. We don't actually know exactly who it was, even at this point. But at some point during the night yesterday, someone detonated an explosive device there that is currently being investigated. Footage at the site apparently showed a car. They don't yet, as far as we know, have any suspects. They are searching for them now. But as we will get into, Ben, the thing that makes this even more interesting is that there has always been this weird aura around this, the mystery of not knowing who it is that set it up. But it has also been the focus for many, many years of conspiracy theories, largely coming from the right, that this is some sort of satanic monument or something like that. And as we'll get into, it has very recently been the target of these conspiracy theories, leading directly up to its bombing. But what do you make of it?
I don't know. It's such a very American thing, right? I don't know. It's so wild because especially when it comes to conspiracy theory stuff, you'll have a lot of people who will do things that are intentionally weird or nonsensical, and then people will start making conspiracy theories about it being profound or something. But a lot of the times it's just some weird shameless attempt at being profound, right? Or being cryptic for no reason, because so I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really know where to place this. Where there's just seems to be different crowds that sort of feed off of each other, where they're intentionally cryptic, and then they're oh, that's why it's actually this, that, or the other thing, when it's really just nonsense. But I mean, I don't really know enough about this to know that that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so, but here's the thing, and here's why I'm so focused on this, and why I wish we had way more time to talk about this. But by the way, I want to immediately just mention Candace Taylor is one of the candidates recently, this Trumpist candidate, who had been talking about how one of her promises if she got into office was to demolish the Georgia guidestones. After this attack on them, she tweeted, "God is God all by himself. He can do anything he wants to do. That includes striking down satanic guidestones." Well, in that case, wouldn't it have been powerful enough to not have them ever be set up in the first place? But anyway, I get that the political stuff gets weird in that it seems like some of this stuff they'd kind of like. It's white supremacy and all that. At the end of the day, this is someone who blew up a monument because of conspiracy theories that they believed about it. And I would argue that someone who is willing to blow up a monument is in theory willing to blow up other things based wholly on evidence-free conspiracy theories. They were told that this is a satanic thing, so they decided to blow it up, which means that we now have on the run a person who can make and use explosives who believes the conspiracy theories they read online.